This video shows a technician manipulating the wiring of a low-voltage spark ignition system. Spark ignition is activated when the appliance controls are pushed in or turned. Before touching any wiring, make sure that the controls cannot be operated or that the 1.5-volt AA batteries have been removed from their terminals. Dickinson propane stoves are equipped with automatic spark ignition on every burner. If one or more burners fail to produce a spark when operated, it's usually an easy matter to get them working again. A failing sparker will not mean the stove is unsafe to use. Any burners not receiving a spark can still be safely lit and cooked on using a lighter. Check a failing sparker by checking the terminals found beneath the door. To remove the door, remove the two acorn nuts holding it on, pull it free from its mounting balls, and drop it down to free the two door stops. The most obvious thing to look for are any disconnected or broken wires. If the power wires are not connected, you won't hear or see any spark. If a sparker wire has become detached, you may hear but not see a spark at the burner. The spark will occur where the wire has become disconnected from the terminal. If the battery inside the terminal has become depleted, it's simple to replace by unscrewing the watertight cap, inserting the new AA battery with the positive side pointing outward, and replacing the cap. As a reference, on a 3-burner stove model, left terminal is for oven broiler, middle large top burner, and the right one is for the small top burners. On a 2-burner stove model, left is oven broiler again, and the right one controls all top burners. Replace the door by sliding the door stops into their holes as seen here. Support the door while lifting it onto its mounting bolts and reattach the acorn nuts. Condensation and moisture can also affect the stove's ability to produce a spark. If moisture is drawn into the spark switches behind the control panel, they may fail to operate. In order to remove the control panel, first unscrew the two acorn nuts holding it on and pull the knobs free. To troubleshoot a non-sparking switch, gently remove it from the valve. With the switch removed, very gently give a small pull on each of its wires. You don't want to pull too hard and risk breaking a wire, but a gentle tug should break up any oxidation that's preventing the wire from establishing contact. Replace each switch as shown, making sure it's seated firmly in place with the switch arm clicked into place on the shaft. Test the connection and reattach the control panel before operating the appliance. Cooking residue left on the burners may also prevent them from receiving a spark. Access a burner for cleaning by pulling up on one corner of the grate to remove it. Remove the black burner cap from the top of the burner by unscrewing it counterclockwise. The screws we see underneath are subjected to a lot of heat, so remove them very carefully. But removing them will give us access to the bottom of the burner plate. Spills and baked-on residue here will prevent a spark from reaching the burner plate and igniting the flames, so make sure the bottom of that burner plate is as clean as it can be. The bump or dimple on one side of the burner plate sits above the spark and must be clean enough to receive it. Reassemble the burner, positioning that bump right over the spark igniter. Screw the burner cap on, turning it clockwise, and check to see if the spark is working. A mirror or other reflective surface might help you see the spark on the small burners where it's obscured. Replace the grate back on its studs, pushing down on each one until each corner is seated. If the grate feels tight, you can use the handle of a hammer or another tool to tap it into place.